Well, we're here at Trio Vintners. Denise, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you guys got started and what Trio Vintners is about?
Okay. Well, Trio Vintners is a collaboration between three winemakers, which is why we call ourselves Trio Vintners. And it's Tim Boucher, Steve Mitchner, and myself. And the three of us were enology and viticulture students at the Walla Walla Community College Center for Enology and Viticulture. We all graduated in 2006. And while we were in school, we started talking about this opportunity to launch a business together here in Walla Walla. And it just takes a lot of resources, and we thought the best thing to do would be to pool them. And we had this opportunity to move into one of the incubator spaces here at the port of Walla Walla, out at the airport. And it's just an incredible space, and we got our business off the ground, and we've been here 3 years, and we're going into our third crush, and as Trio Vintners.
Okay. Now, you're an escapee of Northern California. Why didn't you just start a winery there?
Yeah, good question. Oh, my goodness. Well, I didn't have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million to do it, so we came up to Washington because it really is, it's not really the new frontier. I mean, it is a premier wine growing region, and we wanted to be part of something new, and we knew that we could get in. We knew that there was still an opportunity to be a newcomer here, and with the amount of really starting at ground from scratch. So what's also really wonderful about Walla Walla is it is the resources we've had by working with other winemakers, by having access to information. Obviously, we got a great education here. We got lots of hands-on training, and people have been really helpful and supportive. So I don't think we would have gotten that in Napa Valley.
And you also got some great restaurants coming into Walla Walla, which has got to help quite
huge.
a bit.
It's huge, and those restaurants, restaurants like the White House Crawford and the Marcus Whitman and Saffron, those wine restaurants, when they put our wine on the list, which they've done, all of them, people come into the winery, they seek us out, so it's like this, and we send people to them, so it's just a wonderful kind of, symbiotic relationship. It's very, very important that we have great places to eat, and fortunately we do. But I also wanted to mention about I talked about Steve. Steve and I are married. He is my partner in the winery here too, and Tim Boucher is also, he came from Washington State, so he did not come from California. But he has a background in winemaking in Washington and brings with him a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge of the vineyards here and how the industry works here. So it's really nice to have that as a partnership. We're
almost halfway through September. You haven't picked any grapes yet. What's going on out there in the vineyards?
Well, it definitely is a late harvest. We are probably looking at another 2 weeks, maybe 9 days. The fruit that we're at like 19 bricks on the Mourvedre, I believe, and don't know what the latest is on the Riesling, but it could be a little bit later than that. So yeah, we're okay. It's nice to have a little extra time to prepare.
Right.
So we're going to be fine. I'm excited.
When you go in the winery, you see a lot of bottles,
yeah.
Different types of wine you guys are making. What's your total production?
Let's see. Last year we made about 1,100 cases, and this year we are making less. I think what we're gonna do is trim it back a little bit so we can focus on selling the varietals that we know that people really want, and we can focus on. So that means we'll probably do about half of that. Yeah.
And I see you have a focus on Italian reds, and you've also got some Rhone styles and also Riesling. So has that kind of been your focus, is those three areas?
Yes. Yeah. I think that that's what we like to drink. I think that's one of the luxuries of being a winemaker, is that you can drink a lot of wine and you can make those decisions, and that's what we like. I know Tim is really partial to Cab, so he may talk us into bringing some Cab in. But we enjoy those wines, and it's just working with the growers. I mean, sometimes it's like having a great relationship makes a big difference too. If you have a really great grower and you really like what they're doing, for instance, the Grenache that we're going to take in, Art Denho grows that fruit, and we're going to take it because we know he's a great grower and we trust him, and sometimes it's a little accidental too. So
now you're in the space here. You have 3 wineries here. You have space for 2 others that are going to move in soon. Is it kind of a nice symbiotic relationship with everybody here?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, this is a really neat destination. Everybody here obviously is new to running a winery. Everybody has various different levels of professional experience, but in terms of launching a winery and getting it off the ground and doing what you need to do to manage your production, people are very helpful. And if you've got a question, we've got people we can tap into, so it's really neat. Devin, our neighbor at Adamant, has been here from the very beginning, just like we moved in pretty much the same day. So it's really been fun to swap stories. There'll be plenty of afternoon commiserating sometimes, and we're helpful to each other because that's just kind of the nature of this business too. And
I think people also need to realize that to get to this area of the airport, you have to go a little farther down the road.
Yes, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. It is past. It's past the groupings of wineries that you tend to see when you first come into the airport. So just keep going. Keep head towards the water tower. So yeah, it's definitely worth your while. There's 5 wineries to check out at one time, and lots of parking, and there's always somebody here. So not necessarily during the week, but on the weekends. Yeah.
Great.
So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.